This is Jojo Mack, and I always tune into the SBRB radio podcast with 10 Star General and Sharon Mango. If you love a good conversation, you should too. Check it out.
The Live Conversation Show.
Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement to
Stargate Promotion, Royal Blend Radio.
the station with integrity, the station with a difference. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown says so. Full endorsement.
Stargate Promotion, Royal Blend Radio.
We not stop till we drop. Zane, bless.
This is The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMattMusic.com. Hello everyone, I am Pistol and this is The Buzz. Popular party promoter and founder of the successful Chug It Beach Party series, Andrew French Wright, was arrested and charged along with two others for their connection with a $222 million fraud racket committed at the Institute of Sports, in sports, between 2011 and 2017. The announcement was made via a release from the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA. Next to Wright, arrested and charged are Rudolph Barnes and O'Neill Hope. All three are alleged to have been part of a team of former employees of InSports who wrote, signed, and cashed fraudulent checks for payees who were neither employees nor contracted workers. The suspected fraud and other irregularities were detected by InSports in 2017 during an examination of their financial records. The matter was then reported to MOCA, triggering an investigation. Come Saturday, April 29th, Murder, She Wrote, starring Shakademus and Pliers, with supporting cast Tanya Stevens, Leroy Sibbles, and Richie Spice, will thrill audiences in recognition of the musical styling of the duo. Scheduled for Plantation Cove in St. Anne, Jamaica, the event is promoted by Coveside Concerts. Murder, She Wrote was one of 5 singles from the duo's album Tease Me, later renamed All She Wrote for the international and US markets, which charted on the British pop singles chart. Released 31 years ago, the single, Murder, She Wrote, topped charts locally and eventually crossed over to the British pop chart, peaking at number 27. It was also a hit in the United States, reaching number 57 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 39 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart and number 5 on the Hot Rap Singles chart. It has been certified gold in the UK for sales exceeding 400,000 units. Vonnie Coromonti, attorney at law for Shakademus and Pliers, told reporters that the concert is a significant investment. She's of the opinion that the accomplishments of the two have gone unnoticed. Dexter Daps earns his first U.S. Billboard Afrobeats Songs Chart entry with Bop, a collaboration with American-Nigerian singer Davido. Bop debuted at number 22, then backtracked to number 43. The song is featured on Davido's 4th studio album, Timeless, which was released on March 31st via Song Music. Timeless debuted at number 37 on Billboard 200 Albums chart with first week sales of 17,000 in album equivalence units. It also opened at number 2 on the US World Albums chart, number 1 in Nigeria, number 32 in Canada, and number 40 in Ireland. Dancehall sensation Idonia took to the Campari Carnival stage and delivered not one, but 2 sensational performances at the first staging of Campari Boulevard, held on Knutsford Boulevard, New Kingston in Jamaica, as trucks from Carnival Mass bands Exodus and Yard Moss rolled by. At 5 p.m. and 6:30 p.m. on the instruction of Bishop Escobar, not only did the Campari King of Carnival trucks halt, but Idonia used the opportunity to run onto Campari Boulevard and unleash his hit singles, Yeah Yeah, Hot Tool, Fitted Jockey, and No Boring Gal amidst the gyrating crowd during the island's Carnival Sunday festivities. Pavel Smith, marketing manager J-Ray and Nephew Limited, noted that the performance from the Campari's brand ambassador was well received. Jamaican-born, Florida-based recording artist Shifter released his collaboration with Conscience, Body Day, on April 14th. The collaboration has already charted at number 2 on the USA iTunes Reggae charts and has garnered the attention of the press in Florida and New York. The Slow Jam, which was produced by Padrino, is a dancehall single with a fusion of R&B. Body Day was specifically written and sung for the ladies. The video for the single, which was directed by Third World Dawn, features both Shifter and Conscience interacting with several voluptuous models. In addition to the release of Body Day, the artist also performed recently alongside artists such as Plies, Pleasure P, and Mellow Racks at People Matter Fest in Miami, Florida. During his performance, Shifter brought out Zeke, Don, and Safari to share the stage with him, with over 1,000 patrons in attendance. I am Pistol, and that, my friends, was The Buzz. That was The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com.
Now here's a song from our sponsor, Jojo Mac.
The Live Conversation Show.
Nothing can break me. Nothing can break me. Nothing can break me. Nothing can break me.
No, I'm never gonna hurt again. I found a way to make it better. I find that every time I pray, something take away my displeasure.
I won't let life get to my brain.
Even if it rains,
I'm scarred but not broken. I'm bruised but not bleeding. Not holding my breath, I'm finally breathing. Bills paid up, my money right. Sleep well in my bed at night. Wake up smiling to the sunlight and living my best life.
no, I'm never gonna hurt again. I found a way to make it better. I find that every time I pray, something take away my displeasure.
I won't let life get to my brain.
Even if it rains,
I'm finally free now. My eyes are wide open. Sometimes some things are better left unspoken. Been through things I can't talk about. Seen some things I couldn't ask about. Hurts when I have to shut my mouth, even when I wanna shout.
no, I'm never gonna hurt again. I found a way to make it better. I find that every time I pray, something take away my displeasure.
I won't let life get to my brain.
Even if it rains,
Nothing can break me. 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 Nothing can break me.
no, I'm never gonna hurt again. I found a way to make it better. I find that every time I pray, something take away my displeasure.
I won't let life get to my brain.
Even if it rains, no, I'm never gonna hurt again. I found a way to make it better.
The Live Conversation Show.
You're different. When you're different. You know what I mean?
I know everybody like you. I know everybody like you. I know everybody like you.
You hear me, I tell you, brother.
Everybody like you.
No joke. Be careful of who you call friend. Some of them know why you do better than them. Be careful of who you call your dear ones. Some of them are genuine, them are pagans.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, 10-Star General, alongside Sharon Mango. Our guest today is G-Terra. He is the real deal, and we are going to get into a conversation with G-Terra. Going to play just a few bars of this track one more time, Absolutely love this particular track. Take a listen one more time.
You're different. When you're different. You know what I mean?
I know everybody like you. I know everybody like you. I know everybody like you.
You hear me? I tell you, brother.
Everybody like you.
Not you. Be careful of who you call friend. Some of them know why you do better than them.
Real talk, real talk.
Be careful of who you call your dear one. Some of them are genuine, them are pagans. Watch it. Brother, don't put your trust in a people. You can't trust people. Because none of them out they are evil. Your friend want to kill you for your vehicle. What type of friend that? Cause they know why you elevate them, why you cripple. Does I know, sir? So I know everybody like you. I know everybody like you. Most of the same ones where you call it from, and the same ones where you fight you. Listen me now. I know everybody like you. I know everybody like you. Some of them say them love you, but them are poison.
Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown, and you're in tune to SPRB Radio, the station with integrity. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement to the team. See? So SPRB Radio, I beg you, kick it to it. Let it go.
All right. Sharon Mango, how you doing?
Hold on. I am good. I knew I was mute. It was like say you're muted. I'm good. How are you? We're checking in, checking out G-Terra's music. I have one of my nephews here and he's in the back bobbing like, yeah, we like him. We like him. We like that. We like that. So, ooh, you got. Yeah, he in the background.
G-Terra, the real deal.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Bless up. Bless up. Bless up. Greetings and love.
Yes, man.
Greetings. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Everything is blessed. I'm just going through what most people in Earth go through, technical difficulties, and when you try to do something on a bigger level, you're gonna have issues.
Yeah.
If you do it regular, it is much easier. But when you're trying to go big,
right,
things get tough because you have more kinks and more cards for plug in and more.
Right.
You know, you go. Yeah.
There's another trick. Carry some holy water and speak in tongues. Any gremlins that is around, get flush out.
I'm telling you, man, because sometimes you need it. You need I'm by myself pretty much most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And lately it's been like that here in Jamaica where I'm working solo.
Right.
A lot of my work I'm alone in the studio producing, and that's I'm not gonna lie about that, and that's the reason why stuff is like this. Because usually if I have other counterparts, it gets easier. I could broadcast from all these other cameras and
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, we're gonna delve into gonna dive into it. Sharon, introduce yourself.
Good evening, good afternoon, depending on where everybody is. My name is Sharon Mango, representing Royal Blend Productions and SPRB Radio. G-Terra, what's a pleasure.
Blessed, everything blessed, man. Just there, I live it.
But listen, I was saying prior to, I believe you and I are related. Because your father's last name is Hay, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that is my grandmother's maiden name, and I came back from Jamaica about 2 weeks ago to meet a whole bunch of Hays. It's just so many I haven't met, and I was like, and they're from St. Anne, Claremont, Clarendon, we're all around. So
I think we are family. If it's like St. Anne, Claremont,
yes,
definitely we family for real. There's no doubt about it.
That's why family. I was like, I'm talking to my blood, and I'm going, hey, no, that's blood. Yeah.
I believe that, and you do resemble my mom in a sense of like and I'm certain of like your family members of us, because they are from Claremont,
yes,
too, as well, and grew up in St. Anne.
St. Anne.
Yeah. So also Guy's Cross St. Catherine.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Hay family, Guy's and St. Anne.
My nephews are like hailing you up, saying they love your music.
Good, yo.
Salute to the man, them, yo. Big salute and thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? Coming from nothing to something.
I can't see you.
Or something.
Oh my gosh, I had to jump in like, hey.
Your Spotify or something like that?
Yeah, definitely. All over Spotify.
Yeah, I'm about to. I use Spotify. I'm about to download all your
See that now? Look at them. They just heard like.
Hey man, thank you, man. Appreciate that, bro. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
big love, and thank you because right now, you know, you can. It's the fans, all about the fans, the supporters that's showing you the love of them. You know, them get you there. So thank you, my bro, and I hope you find like songs you really love. You can add to your playlist and work out whatever you want to do to them. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
For real.
Yeah, we might be family. We might be cousins.
No, that's family right there. Because look at him. He looks like what?
One love. One love.
One love.
Even if we're not cousins, and I'm pretty sure we are, but I'm just saying, even the people that are not our cousins, we still got to treat them as cousins still and love them still. Because that one blood, one love vibes there, it really is a powerful thing. And some of the people that are loving and supporting me the most right now in life are people I didn't grow up with, I never knew from my childhood. You know, them are not cousin or sisters, as you know, a cousin sister, but they're real family. Like these people to me, I might as well consider them uncle and sister and brother, even though they're not in the blood region, they're closer. So sometimes they say blood thicker than water, but man, sometimes you got some people closer to you than the blood.
Yeah.
True.
So big
Very
respect to all
true.
the people out there, all the real people with the, because it's all about, it come down to the heart and the mind, you know, and that it come down to, you know. It come down to the heart and the mind. It come down to what's going on up in here and how people really carry themselves on that wholesome level. That's where you can get the real love from them. Because if the person is not loving themselves and cultivating the love order, it's hard for them to even show love to you, even if they're your family.
Yeah.
So true.
Very true. I mean, we've joined people together on this show, like for instance, Kerry Lopez. You know Kerry Lopez, right, Sharon?
Yes, no, yes.
She was related to another from the Cables and found out their uncle and niece, you know, and they never
Yes. Never knew.
We reunite people on this show.
We connect people. It's love. We connect people, but this is my blood I'm talking to right here.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I had the reunion bells.
Yep.
I had to make something up for that one. Bring the vibes. That's true, man. Good to unite with the family, for real. Big respect to the whole honor still, you know, and I'm glad to be here with you all. Big up to all the fans and supporters that's checking in as well, and all the family one over there were connect already. Big look, you know. Yeah, man. Spanish Town. Don't forget the Jamaican family here.
Yes.
Right.
Well, Sharon, take your cousin down memory lane.
Yes, so cause me just come back from Jam Down to, you know, me just come back about 2 weeks ago. But anyway, this is about you. We're here to give you your flowers. So you have been...
Before you begin,
I
got to big up Soldier Rockstar, my brethren from way back when. He's the person who made this happen. And
yes.
I'm very closely with
Big up Soldier Rockstone Production, the whole Rockstone media team, family. Yeah, man. Everybody out there, remember that, you know? Big up the Rockstone. Pushing buttons, plugs, real deal.
Yeah, man. I'm just here chiming with you guys. Good afternoon, you guys. Good morning, wherever you are.
Bless up yourself, my general.
Blessed love, yeah. You know, I'm just here. Sharon, how are you, my dear?
I'm good, my love. How are you?
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. Blessed love, man. 10-star general, the boss.
Salute.
Salute, sir.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So
blessed love, man. Give thanks.
We had to big you up.
Sir.
We're going to get into the conversation right now. So, Sharon, over to you.
Yes. So G-Terra.
From time to time.
Yes. So G-Terra, let's start with, okay, we went through the little family thing, so we're going to be official now, where you were born. Your mom and your dad, brothers and sisters, inspirations, not necessarily in that order, but first and foremost, where you were born and who is G-Terra?
Yeah, man. Born right here in the heart of Spanish Town. You know what I'm saying? If you know about Spanish Town Hospital, on that road, they come down to Burke Road.
Yes.
You know, say right there. So everybody, very famous road in Jamaica, and everybody must pass Burke Road one time in their life in Jamaica. So yes, I'm born in Spanish Town. you know, raised there in Spanish Town as well. Senton is where my mom and dad is from. Both of them come from Senton Parish and, like I said, Gallis Hill. Over that side there, I used to grow up there as well, when at the Red Dirt at Claremont.
Yes.
And raise cow. My uncle used to carry me, go run the cow, them go, you know, graze the cow, them like a cowboy and things. So those are, you know, my memories as a child, growing up 6, 7 years old in the bush of Senton. I come back to Spanish Town and do my thing in a school and play football. So I grew up here in Spanish Town mostly and started pretty much honing into the music early. Was into the music early from Professor Nuts was out there. You know the bus.
Oh my gosh, Professor Nuts.
Yeah. That was the first lyrics. I was telling Rockstone about that the other day. That was one of the first dancehall artists where really gravitate to us as children because he make us laugh and things. So even big him up right now on this interview, because I like to give shout out to other people as well and give light to the elderly, no matter who. Because in music is a communal thing. And when people realize that music is a communal thing, it's not a thing where you're one away, one man, each up in a corner.
Yeah.
Going like, no, music is a communal thing. It's a love. When we grew up, the music, what draw me in is, even from Spanish Town, where I look on the artists them on stage together, from Tiger to Pinchers, Sanchez, and all these artists together. You know, I see the unity in it and the love, and it just feel good from on it. So yeah, but I grew up in Spanish Town. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So home life, what was home life like with mom and dad? Were they influenced by music, or you did have to go to church? You know, you'd have to go to church.
All of that and the above, you know. And mostly mommy still, you know, when me younger, you know, because daddy was always in Miami at work and thing, you know.
Okay.
So I never really see him. I never really see him a lot that, you know, I grew up. But mommy, at Kerry we go church, we had do a little singing for choir as youth. You know. We do a little, you know the record of them.
Yes.
Me I play me little harmonica. I play Myriad, the little lamb and all the little tune there.
That's right.
Some little church song down by the riverside and them tune up harmonica. And I sing anyway, little singing at church. Well, the records was playing early from me a little youth. Me I hear the Kenny Rogers and the Michael Jackson and the
Kenny Rogers, oh my God.
Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
The Temptations. Anything we can think about, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, everything I can think about musically as far as records that were playing in the 80s. Because I am born in the 80s, and I'm saying now during the 85, 86, 87, I hear all of these records. Them time me think of Bob Marley alive. Me never know that Bob Marley was passed away since 81. And me I hear Bob Marley in my house, I rinse out my record. Me I say, what? Me imagine this man alive. Never see this, you know. So anyway, all these records played, and mom played them. And she would play them and dance, and the vibes in the house would be so melancholy, nice and mellow. And she would be cleaning, and you see the breeze that blow through the curtain, through the window, blow the curtain them up, and the place clean and fresh, and she would play music on the set, and we just a jam and I watch the prayer and little food I eat and little roast yam. You know what the vibes there?
Yes.
So roast yam and roast on the back and on the grill, I go eat she cut piece of roast yam and give it. You know, and by the time she done clean, evening music still play and the peanut man come down the road.
Peanut man.
Peanut man. So those how me grow up. That's how the home life for me grow up and know about, and you know, little country life.
That's like good, that's good vibes. Like, you know, even painting that picture that you were speaking of, I felt like I was there. You know what I'm saying? That's the most beautiful thing in your childhood, to know mommy was playing the music, daddy's away working, and when he come home, it's all peace and love. So you had, for the most part, one of the most beautiful childhoods. Coming up in the 80s with the good music. Now, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, man. I have brothers and sisters. Most of them grew up in America, though. One sister who grew up in Jamaica with me was Patricia, my big sister. She grew up here, and you know, I seen her when I was growing up, spend time with her. That was the only sister or sibling that I spent time growing with. My brother, my little brother Anthony, used to visit every once in a while. He come down with daddy, like once every about 3-4 years would I see him. And I come down, my little brother. So I never really grew with him, but I knew him since we were kids too. Since, you know, he's a little younger than me. And my big sister. But I have more brothers. I have a brother in California I never really grew up with at all. I met him one time. Rufus, you know, I said they have a next 2 sisters. Bianca and Alana, I didn't grow up with them as well, but we met at their graduations from Duke University and these different colleges they went to. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. Meet them, but man, yeah, man. Some of my brother and sister, I barely know some of them, but man, we're cool. We're loving too, you know.
That's right. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, so I know. Just loving and just peace and love. So, tell me about school. What was it like for you growing up in school? Like, what did you aspire to be?
I remember when I was young, it was so much options there. I didn't know what I wanted to be exactly, so I was kind of just jumping around from idea to whatever I thought was, you know, something, you know, like for instance, would I say I want to be a pilot one day? Would I want to fly a plane? And then I said, boy, would I want to build bridge? Cause look how they want to build up some amazing things, or you know, because as a kid you see all these things, and when you look at them, you're like, wow, you know, people could do this, people do this, and it starts. So I had a lot of ideas. At one time it was for years, so I wanted to be a football player, like play for, you know, Jamaica or England or some type of cup. In Manchester United, because when we get to that age, there were football was a thing every day. We were out up on the street to play football. I chip up my knee and my elbow and everything. So, you know, the football was heavy for a while, and yeah, that was like a thing. That was it. Like it was gonna be football because I was at every match. I was scoring goals. I was a star player. Became a star player. Playing for the Pepsi Cup. Playing for my high school. Even before that, I was playing for middle school. So the football thing that I lead, them used to call me, at one time, they call me Little Pele, and all type of different names. Through me, I stitch up net and shift. I used to pile people, like literally the styles. I used to practice football styles, and I used to pile salad. I used to make people look bad on the field to the point where I was not liked. People would try to kick me down and all these things. So me turn star, mash up the place at St. Jago High School. Everybody who know me can vouch. St. Jago High School, me mash up the place for football in a way when me get famous. In a like overnight, me just everybody know me in the school because what them see me up on the field. And so it was like this thing now when me tunnel vision football, but the music, that's a after me start nearly broke my foot now, the music start coming. And the music I say, yo, you know, say football and necessarily, yo, you were dead in this, you know, them time there. Me I play hard and a man kicked me down one day and me I tell you, that fall they nearly killed me because when me drop, I did have some type of flare. Me have asthma when me younger them time. I'm about 13, 14. And yeah, me still have the asthma go on a little bit I think, and the last kick down them I say, yo, it jump up me. When me jump in the mud, them rain was falling too. So I had some whole heap of problems. Probably I got swallowed. I don't know what happened to me out there, but can barely breathe. So after that incident, I think me get sick away. Me start really tend to the music more and spend more time. I think to myself, I said, well, I was still playing football, but it was between these two clashing with me, football, music. So I think the music took over eventually.
But how old were you during that time?
14. 14. Because if you can look, since I was 13, 14, I always had books. You always see me like this right here. Since I was 13, 14, this is how I was rolling since I was 13, 14. Books and lyrics.
Wow. Yeah.
I've written over, I'm pretty sure I've written over 2,000 songs since I've been since a kid.
Right.
Like that when it comes to music and you hear about me, I'm not trying to compete with anybody or brag about anything. This is just my reality. I've been writing songs since I was 12, 13, non-stop throughout my whole life. So every year, I probably wrote another 50 to 100 songs every year of my life, living this life. And I've lost books with lyrics. I've lost books and folders with lyrics, with my flows in there, that people never said, let's get in touch with G-Terra to give him his book back. No, they kept that thing. So some of the stuff you hear on the road might be stuff they getting out of my old books.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's where it's coming from. 13, 14, no joke. I've been doing this the whole time, and I'm in my 30s now. So you must know, like,
yeah, you're young. You're still a young man. So I'm saying now, 13, 14, you're in school. In school now, was there music classes? Were there people you were connecting with to help you, to guide you? Like, what was happening in school in regards to your music? We know you were doing the football, but in regards to that. how was it for you in school doing your music?
Well, like I said, I've been writing. I used to be in maths class, and while doing maths or English, once I was ahead and got the little stuff done, I would start writing lyrics. So that's what it started. I remember sitting down this desk writing lyrics while I finished with the work I'm supposed to do in class. I'm just like, what else? I'm going to sit here and look at the teacher? Nah, start writing lyrics. I'm like, all right, you know, and that was kind of like a thing. I used to write a lot of lyrics in class. And then soon as the break come, the kids would have get out, my little friend them. We started with 2, 3 friend them. Beat the desk, make a beat for me. So somebody would have be. And then would have start the podcast, so me dip on the SPRB radio now. So whatever me have now would have flow. So 3, 4 people that get on, oh, I start vibes and then turn into, after a while, the whole class starts, we have to do this and we start clash. Man over there, so with film deska beat, and we were so with Howard deska beat up, having a dance classroom clash. And so me get out with my little crew and would do a thing. And it became a thing where it was going for 2, 3 years within school. So, you know, it's from school days, definitely. We were doing the music. I formed my little crew from that because them realized that me I write song. And my friends said, wait, but me I do my little thing to you. Come in, and we formed up a little crew named FrossCrew.
Okay.
Frost, okay.
The first time when we ever have a crew of people together run so we have the music, FrossCrew. We were 14. We were 14 at that time when we started it. 14, turning 15, so we have the FrossCrew thing going. Yeah. And we went and recorded a song together called How You Feeling It. At the time I rapping up. Started out with the dancehall and the reggae, but I started out rapping as well because I love rap music from my little, because I listen to LL Cool J and Snoop Dogg and Tupac and Biggie also from little tender age. 8-year-old, 9-year-old, I listen to them. You see what I say? So because of that, growing up listening to them, I love this rap thing. It's rap. You know, so I started out with that as well. And that was heavy. So.
Were you still in Jamaica recording?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, in Jamaica. Yes. So we start out with the rap thing in Jamaica as youths. How you feeling it? Tell me how you feeling it. Anytime I step in the place, you know we're killing it. I miss me drilling it and playing spilling it. That's what I was doing at that age. I didn't have my lyrics together like I am now as a man, but me have a thing I go on. And a producer hear me and he rushed me to the studio. Boom, record me. Some type of 4-track, them time, I can't remember, 8-track, I can't remember what it was, but it put on some type of recording thing. And me hear about myself, I was like, wow. My brethren them come in and put for them verse, we had a song. But we got one interview with Barry G. And one interview for our next station, and then I play one little song on my record, for our old school beat. And well, little something that go on from them time. But we never had that breakthrough. We never had any type of management or solid foundation with us at that time. It was just us doing the music. So it was freelance, everything. You know what I'm saying? Never have nobody with no
innocence. It's the innocence of it, I think. At the
love,
time,
pure love.
And
pure
love. It was just, you loved it, you heard yourself. I'm wondering to myself, actually, what happened to your little recording? Do you know what happened to that recording of you with FrossCrew?
I'm pretty sure these guys still have it. What I realized with music business, a lot of people like to kind of collect recordings or you know, kind of hide it off type. Like
that's why I'm asking precisely.
Yeah, because when you get somewhere with this thing is when somebody usually has the value of it. Oh, that's G-Terra. Look at this classic stuff from G-Terra now. So, you know, I get it. I get the intellectual property, what some people think about and how they approach it and get, you know, so but I'm not worried about that because right now, trust me, what they want is what I got now.
That's right.
That stuff is that's baby food. What they got is baby food.
Right.
Similac.
So
yeah, man.
So you're in school, about to leave school. Where's your mindset? And are you still in Jamaica? Lead me up to where you're now on a plane to America.
Yeah, I left school. I graduated early. I was about, turning 16, 15, somewhere between 15 and 16 I graduated. I know I graduated early because I remember everybody like, yo, you a kid. Okay, how you leave high school so early? Like, I know this, you know, still like So it was because of me jumping 2 grades early.
Okay.
I was English master since I was a kid. I was like an English guy. I was writing compositions and stories and movies at 10 years old.
So they
I ain't gonna
pushed
lie
you
to
up
you.
a couple of years.
I'm not gonna pretend to not be the nerd. I'm not a nerd, but I was a little writer since
You
then.
was a
I
brain
love.
box.
I think it's the love. It's the love for stories. I had a love for stories. I had a love for telling. I realized I could create stories.
Right.
Even though, and I also analyze it as science, them have it as fiction. Like you can create a story when that even exists.
Fictional.
You can just write something and just make it up as you go.
Yeah.
That intrigued me.
Okay.
I was intrigued. I was like, you could just make up some stuff.
Right.
So yeah, so that right there had me writing, just writing away in my imagination. My imagination started going to work. And I started doing that first. And I became incredible at it to the point where the teachers, I could see them reaching out to me like, yo, where you getting these stories from? This is amazing. And I was young. So, I take to it, I say, so I'm gonna do something with this. So even now, when I turn it to reality, I could still do the same thing as far as writing. But yeah, I left school early because of that, majorly because of those things. At 15, 16, I was graduated already. So meaning on the streets, kind of who on the Rasta vibration now, because I deal with Rasta from long time. I deal with Rastafari. We go to certain Rasta retreats like in a Clarendon with their Bubble Hill every now and then. We used to go learn the art. I met Sizzla Kalonji for the first time. That was like, out of high school when we go up a Bubble Hill with Mr. Sizzla, I'm go big him up because he was a big inspiration at that time to all of us. Especially with Rastafari, because there's a black woman and child, and all these type of songs that he had. All them was touching us at the time heavily. It was a big inspiration to our movement, how we feel about the culture and Rastafari, and it was like a renewed feeling, like how Bob Marley felt. We had a renewed feeling with Sizzla, with that, and it encouraged us in that way. So we got to Bubble Hill at that time after high school. We walk up there, took them and said we're mad. We turned madman. Because we were blazing the chalice. I remember the Rasta man who made that song. So we have both of the chalice and we have Gamba Boy and these things. That after high school, so everybody said, all the people used to love teasing Rasta. So big up all the Jamaican people who forget, like, when I remember where we come from, all the things we used to do to Rasta picnic. We used to tease and say we're mad because we are buns on ganja, we are Gamba Boy lab with turban. So that's what was happening to me at that time. I was going to the hills, planting food, planting herbs, swimming in the sweet rivers of Portland, and living in Portland. We left to Portland. So I was in Portland for about 5-6 months, back and forth. Come to Spanish Town to see mommy and then go back again.
Right.
And then we'd be there working on things in Portland, planting food, doing art and craft. That's another thing I was doing before coming to America. This is right before coming to America. The art and craft, I was drawing like Emperor Selassie on t-shirts, on white t-shirts, and coloring it and selling it to tourists. Right. And in Portland, and that we were living in this place right there in Portland, wide open. Anybody could come in there, and we was just doing art and craft. When we get tired, we go burn 2 chalice and eat some dumpling and natural calabash food. Where we eat a calabash with Empress Lightning and King John and King whole heap of Rasta people where we grew up with right there. So there was nice people, good people, just clean people who come and beat the drum and sing music and just shake the shaker. And that was the order. That was the order. We had to do some artwork and make some beads and some bags. Them little thing, the Rasta thing, the beads and we like a chain and we make it. Yeah, man. So that was what I was doing right before my mother give me the big cry. Oh, you need to go to America. You know, but so that's how it led to me going to America. My mom was just like, yo, you need more opportunity. You left high school. What are you doing? You should go to college. You should do this. You should, the mother them stay, which love and respect to mommy. Mommy is always seeing much further than you are.
Yeah. That's right.
Mom sees much further than we do. Mom is way up there already. She already seeing outcomes. So God bless mommy. Forever Almighty Creator to walk with moms and all mothers bless her. She could encourage me. And I didn't want to go because I had my girlfriend here. And I love my girlfriend early, like me. a big man from me. Them time me feel like big man. Me and my girlfriend, oh, I leave my girlfriend, so my mother go for it. Oh, my girlfriend is here, mommy. Oh, I'm here, man. I'm just leave my girlfriend. I'm alive. Just so. You're mad, man. Rastaman style. So she, I hear the Rastaman vibes with me and she, but this boy, I take. Me say, I'm fine. And she start back for me and pray for me. I say, I stare up at the night time. God have mercy. Come here, there road till 2 o'clock,
Right.
I mean, I spend time. We have bun chalice pan. We look at a bun chalice up over Highfield. Over Highfield with big ganja pipe.
Yeah.
So when you come in, you hear them red like any African out as I hear, right? And mommy see me hear them blazing fire when I come in at the place. Young Rasta in there, mommy has a lot of mercy, my son.
So literally, mommy actually thought you were wasting your life away.
She's worried about me. Because she think I'm out there 2 o'clock in the morning doing things that. But the truth is, we out there reasoning about biblical things.
Yeah.
We're up on the block of reason about revelation, and we are reason about what they must say at this time and who did that. We have put things together as a youth, man. Big reason, youth stay. We burn the ganja and we reason.
Yeah.
We have a segregation. It's about 7, 8 of us out there. So that was what was happening. But mom didn't know. And she had it as maybe we out there do the wrong thing. And even if you're not doing the wrong thing, police will kill you in Jamaica.
Yeah.
For just being on the block, you can get shot. So she was right, especially now. And me never really see that at me. I said, we're some star, I try to live the life. But anyhow, that was what was coming up to the point where she cried upon me to go to America. So I finally accept. I'm saying, no, all right. I go America and test out, the waters and see what I can do. Because I was nervous about it. Never been to this country to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have family in America or someone you could
go? Man. Remember my father lived in Miami from my band.
Okay.
My father was in Miami. My brother was in Miami. My sisters were in Florida and New York. My auntie them in New York, Brooklyn. My cousin them in Brooklyn, Manhattan, Long Island. My other family them there, somewhere over there in UK. Remember say the here family big too, And then we have the mother side of family bigger than the here family, Because they have more pitney for the grandfather and grandmother never play at 16 pitney them up.
Yeah.
The
same breed. Yep.
Yeah, they never play another like a 1-2 pitter-patter game. New modern game where people play with pitney.
Yeah.
Pitney. I remember back in the days, children helped us with the farmland. So it was better to have more children.
Right.
More children, exactly.
So the more children you have a better and bigger family, the better, the more wealth you can accumulate. But now the mentality behind that has switched to you can't have no picnic unless you have money to take care of. So people have half a picnic now. Some people not even have one picnic. Half them have.
So now you're in America. What was that experience like when you initially got there, and what was your next move?
Excuse me, the volume gone low for me 1 second.
Okay. You can hear me?
Yeah, man. Say that again and say it more powerful for me.
Okay. So you're now in America, and what was that experience like for you when you initially got to America, and what was your next move?
My next move, when I first came to America, I wanted to get right into recording music and continue to pursue what I was doing from Jamaica musically, so I could send for my people.
Right.
That was what my move. That was my idea. What I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of just let me lead the music foreground, get it out there because I got the songs already, and get my boys them. Hopefully, file for them where they could come over and we start working together and attacking the industry musically. But when I got here, other people had agendas and ideas for me as a young man. When I got to America, so it was like I had to work. First, my dad was telling me to get this job. I was like, all right, cool. So I started working, painting houses. So I was making money doing that, painting. And I would have continued that, but my cousin them, they came. Because I was only 16 at the time, turning 16, going to 17 years old at that time. So during that little phase, it was like, My cousin them running, everybody seen me. I don't know what type of advantage they seen me as having me around, but I get it now. I didn't understand then. I'm not even gonna speak about some of that stuff on here. But the truth is, my cousin them came down there. Oh, you should come stay with me. Come on, you should go to college and you should pursue this. You could do this. You're young. You need to go to. You could go to college. You got your this. So boom, left. Went to stay with my cousin in Lauderdale, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Go to Broward Community College. Start work. I want like a job at Hilton Hotel. So I started that job. That was I think the first job I had there was Hilton Hotel. And then I got college same time, Broward Community College. So that was what was going on then. And I tried to do the music, but I noticed I had to make contacts, and the people I was making contacts with were older guys, and they were kind of controlling the situations every time. See, I never know I never know the how to. Remember, this is back before internet, before Facebook. Before, you know what I'm saying, all of this stuff came out where we could, get ourselves out there. So it was that type of game where you had to look for a contact and a connect to get yourself in, So I find Nakuma and Cloaksman in Florida, Nakuma and Cloaksman from Jamaica, two dancehall artists that was doing their thing in Florida, and they was all over the place. Little parties here, shows there, so I rock with them and then carry me all around. But the thing with them is they were not developing me. They were just listening to what I had. They weren't trying to develop or put me on a platform. They were just kind of like, all right, carry with me for the energy. But I learned. As I went with them, I learned about music and learned what was going on, and see how they operate. I remember Cloaksman used to be so, I think I learned from observing them as a youth too. They had potential and stage presence, and I used to watch them and say, let's take in the vibe same way.
So
even
you went to Broward and you studied, I think it was business management, right?
Yeah, man. I studied properties of business management, and definitely business. Yeah, I was definitely going in that area. Properties of business, definitely. Yeah.
So it sounds like you were torn between studying business management and pursuing your music.
I had to. I had to, because what we learned, what happened was you start to learn in music business that anything that you want, you have to invest in. And if you don't have the money, either you know how to do it or you have the money to get it. Right. That's how music business is. That's what made a lot of us producers. I became a producer because of that.
Okay.
I never wanted to be a producer. I never wanted to be an engineer. I never wanted to mix a song ever in my life. I never wanted to master a song. Never wanted to do any type of graphic design. All I ever wanted to do was write songs and record them and deliver them. Run it like a marathon, me no pep out the pump, man, me travel with the contraband to put the seed them and all and the weed that come from Amsterdam, some man a call for Babylon and Bellas when they smell it, they say, oh, na, extend the longer that and that me want to do from me lick. That's all me want to do, but this music business, you start realizing how expensive it is. It's a very expensive business. Invest in this, invest. Every song, if you invest in it, to go to the studio and record it and then mix it and master it through the other producer and the other guys, you're going to pay about at least $500 to $1,000 US for one song.
Wow.
To get one song done. Now, you finish with that one song. And this is us. Now imagine Sony and Columbia, they spend $50,000, $30,000, $20,000 on one song. Because yes, because they have that type of budget. Now look, when you put out this song now, it sells for 99 cents, $1. So you have to have a broad coverage to get back your investment in music. And that's why people have to understand that when these artists are investing their time and energy in this song, it's not just about that little one song, It's more than that. Right. It's more than about that one song contains more investment than you could ever pay for one time when you buy it.
So you burst into the industry or were trying to get your foot into the industry before the internet?
Definitely.
So share that experience, because especially when you compare it with where we're at today, at least back then, when I compare and contrast to me personally, I would sell more with vinyl than I would with digital.
Right.
So how much of a hindrance or a blessing was it for you?
You mean to get into the US? You mean?
Yeah, like first and foremost, what was the industry like, especially putting out music before the internet? And when
Oh, before the internet. Oh, I got you. Well, truthfully, it was like I was telling my brother about this the other day. I said, man, we didn't have a clue. We were just trying to do what makes sense. We had to figure it out. CDs was out. Um, we were printing up our own CDs. That's what I was doing. I was selling CDs out of the trunk of my car. I had a Chrysler. I did it in a Honda. I did it in a all type of New Yorker. Yo, for real, I was selling CDs out the trunk for years. So I did that for years. And I sold, I can't even tell you how much of my own products I sold. Definitely over probably 40,000 from Charlotte to Pembroke to Fayetteville, Raleigh. I sold out so much of my own mixtapes that I pretty much burnt up blocks where I went to that block to sell a CD and dude was like, yo, I already got your stuff. All right, let me just buy it again. That's how much of a that's how I was really going hard. People would be like, you already bought your CD. I'd be like, oh yeah, man, you buy it 30. I never even realized big up yourself. He'd be like, yo, let me buy it again, man. I'm gonna give this one to my sister. Because I was consistent and people respected it. From block to block, from the Jamaican restaurant to the Walmart spot. I used to get kicked out of Walmart. I got kicked out of the mall parking lots. I got kicked out of mall parking lots in Raleigh, Fayetteville, Charlotte, to the point where I had to go get a peddler's license.
Oh, yeah,
Somebody
right.
was like, yo, just go get a peddler's license and do it. I was like, okay, boom. And then I got the peddler's a wrap. Started selling, I was selling $200 worth of mixtape by the hour sometimes. So that was my job. After I started doing that, I never worked for anybody. That was it for me. Yeah. That was it before the internet. That was what was that, and that put me in a position to where my music was spread out throughout the city. That I was getting booked to perform. I opened up for Pitbull, opened up for Young Buck when he was like at that time. Shawty wanna ride with me. He came out with that song. I opened up for him at that time at Carolina Live.
Yeah.
Carolina Live. I opened up for him. I opened up for Lil Wayne and his clique at one point. It was a lot. I did a lot of shows. This is before I even had a name on any type of internet. It wasn't. This was straight just street hustling and pushing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You made a huge.
So you go ahead. You didn't say that again. Say that. No, say what you was just saying.
No. Go ahead.
Yes, so I'm saying I mean, those are names. You know, you're dropping names, but those are like real names. You know what I'm saying? Those
are
big names.
Yeah, I've been around. Like I've really been moving musically for a while. And if you really check into it, even Rockstone, when I got with Rockstone, it was the biggest movement ever, like right then in the US, because like I said, we were learning as we go, and we're just moving musically to meet and connect with people. And it's to the point where I got a song with DJ Unk when he was right after he went platinum, Kawasaki. So yeah, you know, we were connecting with the biggest of the biggest and the best, you know, T.I. Before T.I. blew up, we was going to a studio in Atlanta. Yeah.
During this time, you've written so many songs, as you've stated. You went to college for business and all of that. Did you learn, well, hopefully you did at that time, like how to secure your music, because you're writing these lyrics and you're out there performing? Were you signed up with a PRS or or what they have over, forget what they have over here to secure your music?
I wasn't at first. I was going through the learning phase for the whole early 2000s. As a young man, I was going through learning phase of business. But as I got to Atlanta, I was my first performance rights deal where I learned, okay, this is how I secure my music right here, to publishing and like BMI, ASCAP, those companies.
ASCAP, right? Yes.
What they represent. I learned how to work, which was a performer and as an artist. So I got the information right then. And that information empowered me to get the rest of it done. So I started learning copyrights. I started learning registrations for encoding, radio registration, UPC registration, ISRC registration, registering all of your codes and numbers and all of your stuff so that it gets picked up by fingerprint whenever people hear your music, you know it comes back to you. So I learned all of that stuff along the way, and I started implementing it, and eventually built myself up as a CEO of my own business, but still wasn't getting the see-through to, I had to learn how to get the people who could get me out there that way. So the internet became the new thing then, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I got that knowledge over time from Atlanta first, all the way through dealing with Rockstone and my brother St. Michael as well, and Richard, Robert Thorne. Yeah, Robert Thorne was there. So Robert Thorne definitely helped me knowledge-wise too, like I said. And everywhere after that, what I started doing is reading and studying.
And that's what it is at the end of the day. That's ongoing though. You know what I'm saying? There's always a little something.
Right.
Oh, didn't know about this. Okay, let me learn. You know what I'm saying? Again, you're a relatively young man. So, you were out there, but I just need to know that clarification. You must have known by then, secure your music, secure your publishing. You know what I mean? And because as you know, unfortunately, this is a situation that's still ongoing with a lot of artists. And still trying to repeat that. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunately one of those situations. So you're out there, you're doing these shows. What was your first song, big song, where people started to say, wow, who that? Why name? Who that? You know what I'm saying? What was that song?
Me personally as an artist, the first big song where people start really calling, like wanting to know who is that, I would say that happened to me more than once, but it's because of us being independent, not getting that big notoriety, industry notoriety all at once, like how it happens in the, when you sign a record deal or whatever. So Kawasaki, I would say Kawasaki is that first one. Because everybody wanted to know who wrote that song. And I wrote that song by myself in Raleigh, North Carolina, off of this beat I heard. And when I wrote Kawasaki, I wrote it for myself. I didn't expect anybody to want to jump on it or want to just take to it that much, but it became that sensation where I had to use it for my band instead of just being my song. Because my brother was like, yo, that's right there. Let me jump on that. We reproduce everything. So when the track was when we got the beat for it, it was just like, wow, boom, let's recreate. And it was a lot of recreation. And DJ Mr. Walk It Out from, the rapper, and I'm going to shout him out as well. You know what I'm saying? He was on the song, you know what I'm saying? On the remix. So it just goes to show you what could happen when you just sitting down penning something. You don't know where it could go or how far it would take, but Kawasaki was that song. Now, solo, for me, G-Terra, the solo song that made everybody first start asking about me here lately is Organic.
Okay.
It's called Organic. I did the video, Rockstone did the treatment with me, and we built out the whole track, and that track has been getting heavy notoriety around the world. It was in the newspapers. It was getting so much feedback. People were hitting me up from left or right about it. So Organic is that one for G-Terra that really put my name.
Said organic?
Organic, yeah. Yeah.
Let me just play a few bars of that track.
I was about to say 10 star, you know where I was going with that. Drop to June.
Okay. Let me see if I can just reconnect this Bluetooth. 1 second. As we know, the gremlins kick in every now and again. You know what I mean? So here we go. This is Organic.
Yeah. Check. 1 3. One schooling. TG for life. Yeah. Organic. Semi-organic. Yeah. Watch it. Organic. Raw and chronic. Arsenic. Y'all start panic. Shine like the sun, moon, star, comet. Deep in style, but you're still far from it. Check my file, man, a black czar. Profits of the make. From a voice up on a track star, run it. Some of them are gimmicks, some are round. Comics, enough of them are mimic what we're round. Done with. Pay them a visit, carbon it, sound off on it. No limit, make the broadcast public. I make my blast off, dirty mask off, fast yappy. Running the road, I make the cops block traffic. Full your heart, fully heart, black matic. When the black talents are ripping, make a dog start from it. The dog pass, catastrophic. You talk hard, but we are not knocking.
The Live Conversation Show.
No play thing.
Boy, I mean, I tell you, the tune is tough.
Organic went hard, man.
It's sicker. You know what I mean?
Turn up your microphone, 10 Star General.
Oh, Lord. I don't know what.
Turn up the mic on them.
Can you hear me good now?
Yeah,
oh,
man,
lovely.
Okay.
Lovely.
Come on, turn up, man. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Yeah. I'm going to do something just very quickly. How do I sound on the mic?
Yeah, you sound good now, B. You just keep fading.
Yeah,
but this
man.
is good.
Yeah,
now.
man, they want to up, man.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Go ahead.
Nice.
Sharon.
Yes. So that song, Organic, what was the inspiration behind that song?
The word itself. Every time I think about natural and I see nature around me, I'm inspired by the outside. I'm inspired by the leaves on the trees. I'm inspired by the wings on the butterflies. I'm inspired by natural things. I'm inspired by the orders that's been set by the Most High Creator. And the fact that, you know, no matter how intellectual or smart or technological we get as, you know, people, we could never outdo the Most High Creator nor recreate what He made as He made it, Creator made it. So that's what organic comes from. Organic comes from the observation of organic and organisms, and us as organs, or our organs, as we are organic and made up of organic substances. And so it's just the self, nature, reality, the herbs, the trees, just everything around me naturally, natural. That is what it is before it's tainted and destroyed by chemicals and pasteurized, homogenized treatments of different type of things that don't belong in that natural thing. So me observe the organic and just say, you know, me I build a tune, but when I build it, I don't want to build it like me I talk about food and banana and yam. I want to build it in a way where it approach the organic substance of life itself and cultivate a story that could show you where natural works in every way, and there's fakeness even in your liberty. And when we say organic, it could be in our relationships. Our relationship could be organic, and we have natural things going. Then somebody could violate that natural order that of your life, and you will want to retaliate for it. So that's showing you the order, how it goes, and why people get angry, why people go knock down Tom or Dick. So you see it in the video when the guy was supposed to handle an organic piece of business and tried to run off with the organics for himself and everything, that he got knocked down. You know, that was a part of the story to show something. Not for people to say, oh, when I heard black people. No, don't be stupid. You watch your Hollywood movies all the time, you don't judge those people. You sit down and you enjoy it. You eat your popcorn. So we want people to look at it and get the feeling and the vibe of what we're saying. When you stray from the organic way, you get dropped down, you get knocked down. When you stray from doing things the right way, the natural way, let things flow so we could all live. Nobody has to get greedy and take the bag and run off and leave us all empty-handed here when we are working together for something to you know what I'm saying? So that is what organic represents in the storyline, to show people that we need the natural elements of organic vibes on all levels, even our relationship, in our business. Because I can't see you doing your business and tell you, say, boy, me not support you, but me there support. Ching chang, ching wing wang. It did like it, by everybody over there, but me can't respect and love more than a black people thing. I eat that thing that's not organic. That's why that's the story that I tell them about it, you know, the vibes and things.
Oh my God, I love that.
Storyteller.
Yeah, but that's what it is. You know, he said from gate, that's who he is. But you know, I'll tell you this right now. The love and respect I have for you as an artist is you speak your truth, number one, right? No slackness, no in your music. It's like you're educating every time you're doing a song. You're trying to educate somebody. It's gonna hit somebody, and of course, thereafter there's a trickle effect. But that your whole persona in your music to me is all positivity.
That's the vibes.
But that's what I'm saying. It's at this age where you are now, you're at a good point in your life where you can help others, inspire others, because the youth, younger and around your age, a lot of them are misguided. Yet it just seems to me you're on a trajectory of positivity and light. It is missing. It is 100% missing, especially in Jamaica. They need guidance. And maybe this Mr. Storyteller, because if you check way back in the Bible, pure stories, there was a storyteller. You have come now. You are now in this day and age doing your storytelling. It's no different. So you're here to teach, because you're here to teach.
That's true. Not only teach, but they have to beat too. Beat and teach. Can't just teach them. So they have to beat them.
Yeah, you have to beat them too.
That's true. Because you are going with people now. It's not like I wouldn't tell you, say, boy, we're going to beat up nobody or hurt nobody. No. Sometimes it's like this. Me and you are a friend. And Mr. say you constantly do the wrong thing. And you constantly do the wrong thing. And you know say you do the wrong thing. After a while, me as a friend, soon as I get a haircut, I'm supposed to box in the head back. Hey boy, I don't say a lot.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't say a lot. If you change up that in a brother. Now, real people do real things. People who are docile do docile things. See? So when you have a real smarty around you, they're not going to be your yes man. They're going to be a counterpart, a partner. They're going to tell you when you're wrong.
Thank you. Right.
You need to step up your game. When you need to elevate certain things and not just talk. When you need to take more actions. This is the reality of real people. That's why things get done, because of real people. Docile people that get things done, them sit back and watch you. Now, when somebody loves you, that person motivates and inspires you to make changes. Big up to Rockstone Production.
Yeah.
Rockstone is a big motivator, a big inspirer. He inspires me. Even though I was already so talented when I met Rockstone, but he brought out a different level of who I am because of the reason and the vibration that he has and what he has seen in me. Because sometimes people see more in you than you even see in yourself at times. They see things that you don't see.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you look at yourself, and you undermine yourself. Let's be honest with everybody out here. Jamaican, English, anybody where you want to come from. Sometimes you undermine yourself. Is that not true? Sometimes you put yourself down.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes you look at yourself. All the time. Yes, because you are learning through your eyes as well. You have to correct your eyes. That's why that is like that. Everybody has to correct their eyes, because the eyes become the first judge when it should not be. Sometimes you look at yourself and you judge yourself because of what your eyes see, or how you feel a connection in your eyesight to your heart, or what you've been programmed to believe, because we're all going through programming every day. Everybody hear a program. You see a program on TV, you see an advertisement on TV, that's a program. Sometimes it hits you, bam. And all of a sudden you want KFC. You wonder why you want this chicken so bad. Bam.
Subliminal messages, yes.
Baby. Why do I want this fries? So what the hell is in fries? Make you want some fries and ketchup so bad. Bam. Programming, baby. So I've been observing these things for years. So when I write my music, I write from those point of views, because I know programming is real. Everything the people claim to love now and stick to now, they've been programmed to love and stick to.
Yeah.
They're not sticking to it because it's good for them.
Right.
People don't chew bubblegum because it's good for them. Why they chew bubblegum? Because they get used to the product marketing of bubblegum. People don't drink Pepsi because Pepsi good for them. People drink Pepsi because they market Pepsi to them. So I deal with reality right now. And I say, you know what? Our love has been marketed against. They marketed against our love. So it's the reason why you see people and the children, them not loving each other. Them get marketing all day, but none of the marketing was about love and respect for each other. None of it was to build up them confidence to work together. So me and Rockstone now observe these things and we reason about these things, and Rockstone really is a high level antagonist of the Babylonian. We thought they're not gonna burn them down, you know. So you see me? So we reason now we see this, we put things together. And I've been observing these things for years. So that is why I know the music is so edgy and I wouldn't call it political. I'd call it realistic and practical song where I talk about real things where if you listen as a person and you have sense, you will say, you know what? The man just lay out a whole bunch of reality, you know. And if you don't observe these things and tend to, if you even try to say you're going to, you know, try to make a change or don't walk down that road there, you have to face the consequences because who don't hear will feel. That's what my song them I say. Sometimes you hear some song from me and you think so, I'm trying to be bad on the song, or I was a soldier. So I know. So sometimes I come to you with a hardcore vibe to almost scare you away from that life if you think about it. So that's what I'm trying to do for youth. Trying to go through, approach it from a different level where I'm not bragging about the rifle. I'm not saying, oh, you have a bus gun, yeah, sweet on my bus. No, I make them know, say, you're cool. This is like 2 man missing dead over there, so 3 man missing got jail, 1 got this, that. You understand? Yeah. So they get the real true story, not the made up version that people glorify, like glorifying the gun, but not telling the youth how much time you had to do when you get caught for that body. You get what I say? Them are glorify these situations, are glorify drugs, are glorify death and murder. But them not tell nobody the truth or how much time them friend them get catch for. How much next 70 years to life and 30 years, them not tell them. Why them are glorify? So we sit down and I say, but wait, and you know the worst part of it too? I was living the life.
Okay.
You know that this is real. I was in them streets.
Right.
I was in there. I was in the military. I was, so all of them things where them youth that talk about, me live through and see it for myself. I said, what them I talk about? If you deal with drugs, you know how dangerous it is, Rasta. You have to worry about your life. You have to worry about your head back if a man going to clap you and try to rob you every minute. So what them not telling you them. So me I say, so I had to say, let me make this music and tell you what I'm going. So I just said that come from too.
Right. So did you feel dancehall was lacking something?
Exactly. I even said it in my bio. I said dancehall is missing something, and G-Terra has it.
Right.
Me I love vote for myself from
Yes.
So basically, you're a man on a mission.
Yeah, man. Serious mission. Sometimes I can't even talk about it because my brethren say when you're up on a certain mission, you can't even tell your enemy them what you do. You have to move silent.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, you can't make the right hand know what the left hand do.
Yeah, man. So certain things can't even turn up on the interview. Jano.
And so
know.
I would imagine meeting Solji was the game breaker for you.
Yeah, man, definitely. Because him is a visionary. Him is a person who is free-minded. He don't have the lock and the block them what enough people mind. Enough people have chain, and whole heap of things. Let me show you. If me have a chain, I would show you. Enough people have some chain pan so some next chain, you say, chain around the back. And from me, so him now have that.
Yeah.
The man with free thinking, visionary, him can,
Right.
He can draw the future.
Right.
The controllers of destiny. That's the type of soldiers in control destiny, that is what we need to be as a people. We need to start controlling our destinies and stop letting people tell us who we are, what we are, and how to be. That is the reason why we can't get our power together, because we make people tell we who we are and what we're supposed to be instead of being who we are and doing what we're supposed to do and be exactly who we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So this is a part of the empowerment that made me a musician overall, that made me stray from continuing to work for certain people. I realize that they're using my power to benefit their business at all every time, whether it's been the military, Hilton Hotel, KFC, Burger, wherever the heck me ever work, Smithfield, any factory, AJ&R construction, it's all the same thing. I remember working for a carpet company. I was doing all the work for this lady, and pretty much I knew how much we were getting paid. We were making like $800 to $1,000 a day, and she was still paying me $60 to $70 a day, even though I was the one doing all of the work. So those are the things that made me start sitting down like, what the hell? I work like slave from morning, 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning till 7:30, 8 o'clock in the night. By the time I finish with all of these jobs, I clean 4 carpets for 4 different houses. I clean one club floor. The whole club floor, I clean the club floor and clean off the stage and wipe down the bar. And when I finish with all that work for one day and come off at 7:30 at nighttime, tired and wet and sweaty and nasty, and to go bed now, this lady come to me and said, okay, I'll see you in the morning, okay? Here's $70. After we done make $1,000 a day there, she should have even nice enough to say, let me get the boy $200 or $150. Something, $70. So when them thing that make me sit down and feel like slave, I say, you know what? You have to learn to be the owner, learn to run something for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've worked in various companies. I worked at a lot of jobs. I was in the military, like I said, all these things taught me. I've observed all of these things, and I know I'm applying what I've learned from them in my business and how to treat people good as well. The one thing I try to do my best at is treating people good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sir, he's a young man rising, and you said you were in the military. Which company did you serve?
U.S. Army. I was in the U.S. Army, 87, 407 FSB, and 92 Yankee, which is a supply specialist on Fort Bragg, North Carolina, is where I stayed and served.
Oh, Lord, yes.
I was airborne. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't stay in there too long as well. That's why I didn't stay as long, because the music was riding me nonstop. And the truth is that whenever your destiny is aligned somewhere else, and if you're truly tapping into yourself, you start realizing when you're in the wrong place. That's just the truth. No matter who you are or what you're doing in this life, if you have a certain destiny, because he happened to me when I went in the military, I went around these soldiers and other people, and they asked me if I was doing the music. I was performing at the NCO club, sports bar on Fort Bragg. As a soldier, I was still doing the music. Everybody knew. All the soldiers loved my music. My partner, they was like, yo, what the hell are you even in the army, bro? That's what they kept saying to me. That's what forced me and nearly got me. That's what kind of got me in trouble as well. Because the mentality, constantly hearing that from my peers. Why you even join the army, bro? Yo, you're dope. You're dope. You're dope. And this is Americans telling me this most of the time,
Yeah.
You dope in Jamaica I ever heard, man. You like next Sean Paul, bro. That's what they kept saying. I kept hearing, you the next Sean Paul, bro. You the next this, you the next that, next, every time. And then I had people who literally love my song them so much that I couldn't go nowhere without them requesting me to sing something. So every minute would have to, find one of my songs to sing for them. And that made me realize that maybe I am wasting my time in the military. And I got in trouble because of that mentality. I'm gonna start go out and go party and perform, have a girl in my room till 4 o'clock a morning. The sergeant, them I think me have girl in their room at 4 o'clock a morning. Sergeant, them me not trouble, getting that trouble. Me start getting that trouble because of everything. So it lead to where they had me as a problem now. Like, yeah, you're a problem soldier now. You have girl in your room all morning. You're gone here. You're late to PT. So that's what happened to me when I started taking back on the music in there, and I let them know like I'm eventually going to have to go back to my music life. So they put me on a program, and I start kind of like go perform. Them let me go perform. So it worked out all right, because even though me get in that trouble, them kind of fall back off of me after a while, and I say, you know what, man, this guy want to be a musician, man. Just let him be. Put him on a show. I hook him up with it. So I started working with military guys, producers that was in the army. They see what was happening with me, and they were like, yo, come to the studio, man. Don't worry about that stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a lot. It's a lot. That's how I ended up recording my first mixtape stuff and having my CDs and all that stuff from them guys, working with them guys.
Wow.
It's deep. It's a deep story. It's a long path. It's a journey that I've been on. It's definitely been a journey. It's been a
But it's
Straight
so,
up from
but so much years old, young man, and
yeah,
you've just done so much. So you just know that your journey, if you think you're just beginning your journey, though, you know, because point in your life, you're living in your purpose, right?
right.
You're now living in your purpose. So there's so much more for you to do, because it's not just music is the catalyst without the shadow of a doubt, but you are going to be teaching and moving these young people, you know what I'm saying? It stems with your whole attitude. It's real. It's real.
It's the fire. The fire.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Fire inside of us, man.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
All of the elements is within us, you know?
It is within us, but there are people who are still trying to find their way through that.
Definitely.
And that's people like you as a young man, a young Black man at that. Too many of our Black men are so misguided.
Right.
And we could say so much, them bad, them this and that, but they didn't have anybody to push them, help them, guide them. I'm not saying you didn't know what was going on, because you did, and you was on a great trajectory, but then you met Soul Jack. You met this person who's elevated you to your next level. And that's what it is. It's always something or somebody, like you think you know what your purpose is until this person comes in and just elevates you to the next level where you didn't even.
Right.
You had the potential to go. A lot of us become very content with what we have and thinking it's working. Yeah. And then another realist comes in and says, hey man, listen, you need to be up here saying, "Oh."
Yeah, there's a comfort zone where everybody get locked into.
Yeah, we all get stuck in this comfort zone.
Comfort zone, yeah. And the minute that's why what I do is I try to make myself uncomfortable all the time by constantly challenging myself to create new ideas and innovate and just do new things as an artist. Like I try to just push myself to a next level. Like stuff that I don't even know how to do, I start trying to do it. So it makes me uncomfortable sometimes, and I'm like, but that's what I've been doing for years now, because of, I've been working with soldiers since 2010, 11.
Wow,
and
that's a long time.
Most of my breakthroughs within that time, happened where I went on tour and went in front of an audience of 3,000-4,000 people. I started loving that more than anything, because that's what I really wanted to do, is perform. I want to make the music, record it, put it out there, get the audience reaction, go perform. And perform the music that people love. So if people are singing this song and that's what they love, I'm ready to go perform those songs for those people. So after Kawasaki got kind of big, and we went on to these shows in Pembroke and in the Summer Jam in Fayetteville with like 7,000-8,000 people was there. And we went on stage. We seen the reaction. We seen how this thing works. Because that one song was getting enough spread to be known by thousands. When we got there, we seen the people in the audience that knew the song, holding their hands up, right up on the Kawasaki. They doing the dance, they doing all of that stuff. So I'm looking, I'm like, wow. So that's when everything connected for me. I started to understand the music business and how everything works from that point. I realized that when you put the music out, you need to get it in front of as much people as possible, so some people could gravitate to it, will learn the words, learn the song, and they like the song, they're gonna grab the words. They singing it, you go perform, they at the shows, they're singing it with you. They're enjoying it to the fullest because they have tapped into that energy. And the first time I experienced that type of superstardom, I walked in the mall with me and my bro. He was in the mall, and we were just going to buy some shoes or something, man, some clothes, because we had a show coming up or something like that, and me and bro went in there, and I just hear some girls screaming, screaming loud. And I'm looking behind me. I'm wondering who's behind me and looking at her screaming. So I'm like, but then they just kept on coming up closer, like, They just kept on coming, it was like, right, and they were right in our face. And I was like, what? And they was like, oh, you guys are Emperor, right? Kawasaki? I was like, yeah. Oh my God. They started going crazy. So I was like, wow, this stuff is really out there. Because these were like two 15-year-old girls. They were just screaming.
Wow.
And they loved the song, and they were like, they're big fans and all that. So, that's what, like I said, everything connected for me. I started understanding that it's not about the record deal. It's not about the signing. It's not about the that stuff. It's about the work. It's about making the stuff, putting it out there, and finding people who gravitate, who love it. Somebody's gonna love. If you got good work, good music, you're gonna get fans. That's a guarantee.
Right.
If you're making good music and good songs, that's what I learned. You're gonna get fans with or without a deal. Somebody like you is gonna hear it and say, "Oh, gee, I like that," and tap in and follow and share it and network with you. So it became that for me, and I started doing that at the festivals, parties. I went to the hole in the wall. 30 people there I went. 50 people there I went. That's how I started for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
G-Terra does everything to
Yeah,
love about your how can I put it, the positiveness that you exude into the atmosphere, and it leaves me trying to figure out what is in store for the future, especially when it comes to you. And because of your brand of music that you produce, it's almost like I can't wait to hear the next project.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting to understand where your mindset is, because a lot of what you say, I can understand and tap into that, especially where we talk about the organic. And even then, when we use the word organic, we got to be careful of the fake, because even fake is becoming organic.
Yeah.
Fake. So we now have to separate, what we've been made to learn and what we now know, and fuse that in with the music. And I think you have all it takes to leave that. I mean, as soon as you walked in, your music was playing, and here is a young blood in Sharon's house who's an automatic fan based upon what he just heard.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
It's very powerful, and I think to harp on that, what you were saying was right on time, because again, they're my nephews, and I've seen certain things around. I'm like, you're all not listening, coming like in the years. I don't know, I listen to a friend and blah, and this one and that one. It was right on time. So he was standing right here, and he was like, "Yeah, Auntie Sharon, yeah." I said, "Are you listening to the lyrics?" He goes, "No, Auntie Sharon. Find out if he's on Spotify. I'm tapping into him now." Okay. So for you to even have that little bit of influence, just in passing, play the whole song, but it was right on time. It came in right on time. That speaks volumes. That is big. Because this is what, 19-20-year-old. Okay?
Right. And it's a deal to stay relevant with the young ones, to captivate them with the right kind of music.
Well, I'm still young, so it's not hard to stay relevant with young people. But the thing is too is a mindset. Children are mature early. Nobody that you see young is not small-minded or young-minded as you see. Even when they're 19, 20, trust me, they're like 40 up here. I'm telling you, because I was like that. I was like that at 16, 17. So and when we said mature, we were going to the store buying stuff when we were like 6, 7 years old. I used to go shopping when I was 6 by myself. Go buy bread, banana chips, butter, Big July, whatever mama want. So because of that, we mature early. So I learned early that age is a thing that you could define in your own way, but you really can't break it down for the person individually, because you got some people that are already grown up since they were like 10, 11. Because they had to take care of their family business. They had to be in the shop selling products for mama. For real. Like me, we had to take care of mom when she got sick when we were younger. So that made us mature mentally early. We realized we had to be more than just little kids that have fun. We had to take care of sick people. My grandmother was bedridden since I was a kid. So my grandmother was in the bed. We had to cater to her, take care of her, clean her up, help her with stuff. You understand? A certain level of
That's real
humbleness.
life.
Certain, huh?
It humbles you. It
Yeah,
humbles you for
yeah,
real.
yeah, yeah. Pretty much. So all these things teach me. That's why I'm like that. And I'm not a forceful person. I'm very humble. If you're bothered by me, I don't even want to be around you. That's how I am. If I feel like I bother you, I'll take myself away, and you won't even see me. You wonder why you don't see me. I'll probably feel like you're bothered by me, and that's how I am. So I'm very humble like that, and because of all these things and these experiences as a youth, I start realizing that people have their own tendencies, their own human nature that you have to work with and learn how to deal with people. Like me used to go to this lady house, and I was there every day. And one day the lady pretty much let me know she tired of me. And I was a kid, so I was like, I put two and two together, like, oh, so when I come too much, people tired of me. Okay, so if I don't come, then they miss me. So I started using. I started using.
And pretty much that's how a young kid's mind would work. You know what I mean? My mind used to race like that, something chronic. So I truly understand where your mindset was at. Sharon, I'll let you.
Yes. So yeah, we I could talk to you all day, you know, because you are just that dude, as they say here. No, not just that, but you're very inspirational for an individual so young.
And I love you. I love you all. Just know that about me. I love you all. Just know that about me. I love you, my brother. 10 stars. I love you too much, Sharon Mango. You want me to show before we start the interview up anything? Just remember me telling me I want to show you some of your manga then before you let me know.
Thank you. Well, see the manga them. Yes. I can send some to me.
We have East Indian Julie around here. Hey, brother.
Oh my
God. Hey, 10
oh
stars.
my gosh, I love
it. You know, wear yourself, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't even wait.
Rockstone.
We're gonna be rounding up the show now, but I do want to hear from one gentleman. We spoke to him before. I'd like Soulji to come in and say a couple of words before we round up the show. If you would come on, friend, my new friend Soulji.
All right.
Wow. I'm just here, just taking in, everything at a stride and just embracing the intelligence of G-Terra and also the intelligence of you guys, you know what I mean? And it's a wonderful thing to just sit and just listen and just hear your experiences from different angles and embrace it in a divine way. So it's a blessing thing, you know what I mean? And of course, again, give thanks to you all, man. And the platform you guys have is a great, wonderful platform, and I'm honored to be on it as well. You know what I mean? I'm going to always support it and push it as well. So yeah, give thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Soulji. Before you go, let me just make you understand something, though. You are going to be on this show, too, because you do a whole heap of things, too, you know. We know about you, so nobody think we're going to get away with anything. We're going to dig in for your story, too. So that is until the next time, my friend, just so you know that. Right? Right, 10 star? That's how it go.
Of course.
Cho.
Of course.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else in the chat who wants to say a quick word before we round up the show? To my cousin, if you'd
I want to say something. If anybody's not going to say nothing.
Okay, let's see. If anybody's going to say something, please speak now. If not,
go ahead, Sharon.
All right. Hello, G-Terra. Hi.
Yo, big up.
I was listening to you, and I'm hearing all the good things that happened to you, and all the, some of the things that was not so nice. I'm going back to when you entered the Tasty contest. How was that?
The Tasty talent contest?
Exactly.
That was yours. I was a kid. I remember being on the stage and just like trying out for it. It was like I was trying to have fun, but I just entered because somebody said, "Hey, go enter," because I had the little bars them. Like I had these little songs that I made up myself when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I was singing them all the time for people and just laughing and just having fun with it. And then the person told me to enter. So when I did enter, it was kind of like just a spur of the moment, just a tryout. But when I go up on the stage, I started DJ. to my surprise, everybody was like, yeah, yeah, him the winner. All
No
the big
lumpy
man was,
fever, nothing. You
huh?
just no, you didn't weren't you nervous or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely was. I remember being nervous, but what happened was it was more than one time performing. I went up there, I came into the final picks. I was
Mm-hmm.
nervous from the very get-go, of course, but it became, like I said, somebody was there with me and they were kind of influencing me. Like, yo, go on, go on, go on. And we just work off of the energy. So it was, and because I was a kid, I think that's why I won as well, because they didn't expect any little 7, 8 year old to have no bars like that, you know? So I came on there
Okay.
with my little style, you know, because I was following them other artists for Phenomena, we know, wicked and wild, you know what I'm saying? Wicked and wild, wicked and
Yeah,
wild. And then little stylist, so I was doing that. And they
I can
picked me out for
imagine.
that. They picked me out there. I remember collecting all the little stuff and toys that my they give me. Yeah, but
What about
yeah,
the group? You form a group after that, yeah?
yeah, man. I found my group after that with the
And what
crew. You
happened
know?
to the members?
Well, they're still doing music. Up to my Virgin Dwayne, still making beats. He made a beat for Bounty Killer in the past too, and a couple other artists in Jamaica. So they were still doing music up to the time, but because we separated,
Mm-hmm.
once I got to America, we never put our thing back together that we had in Jamaica because we go into the army, we go to college, all these things, and them end up go them way. But we kept in touch. Everybody went their way, but we kept in touch as friends and thing. But me, they serious about the music all the time. I'm tell them say if me ain't in a crew, me still I gotta do music solo. I just this thing make me love this thing.
Yeah.
So you know, like I say, everybody still a do them thing, but me still in a music right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great. Very nice. I mean, I read a little bit about you, find out a few things, places you work, and how Kentucky, UPS, all those places. I mean, you know, it's not easy when you're doing music and you have to do all these jobs, end up in the army at the same time you're juggling the music. It's it's uh it's an experience.
Yeah,
It's
man.
something
But you have to
training.
survive.
It is
You have to
training.
survive. You have to survive. And if
Mhm.
music is not paying your bills, what are you gonna do? What am I
Yes.
gonna do? What am I gonna do? We get down on the corner, go beg somebody for $100 to help
Nope.
me until my
Work
music
for
makes it?
it. Work
No,
for it.
I go get a
Mhm.
job. I've always done that. That's always been my thing. I've always had a job. Even now I got a job. Until my music could provide for me and my family, I'm gonna have a job. I don't care what nobody say, because I can't sit around and beg nobody to pay my bills. Them. I got bills, I got a mother I need the help. I got 2 daughters. One is 16, one is
Mhm.
5, 6 years old now. Excuse me. But these people, it's expensive to live, period, right now. So if
Exactly.
me talking about music, I'm in a
Mhm.
different tour right now. I'm not on tour right now. I'm not selling hundreds of thousands or millions of records right now.
Mhm.
Because people only buy into more. The game has changed. Streaming has took over. It's not like one time people will buy your rec album and spread it out to where it go platinum just like that from being a good artist or a
Mhm.
great talent. No, now it's about hype. They've changed the game around us. So we have to either filter out or get involved into
Exactly.
what's going to make it. So
Very true.
me
Very,
being
very
honest with
true.
what's going on, my brother, I'm just be real with you. I have to work in a whatever instant I can for make a money for pay my bills and take care of my daughter them and give to my lovely ladies where my help my mother with her groceries and pay these light bill and these water bill and these phone bills and these internet bills and mortgages and rent. Everything that exists we have to tap into. I said, man, I have to work. I've always been working.
Yeah,
And it
because you have some artists who says, "Oh, music is my life. I have to do this," and at the end of the day, they're not making anything, and they're not looking at a job. They're waiting on somebody to help them to come in and
yeah,
say, "Come."
sometimes I
They're
didn't get the
not
break.
going out there putting out the effort.
Sometimes I didn't get the break to do. Be honest with you. Sometimes I them get the break because somebody see them and say, you know what, a music alone him want maybe and then push some money behind him. And that's really all it takes to make it. Bread.
Not
Bread. Because the music.
always. No, not always. Because
No,
some of
no,
them are waiting
listen.
a long time. They're waiting a long time, especially some artists that come over here to Germany. They're begging. When the producer is coming to Jamaica, they're waiting for them to come down there just to pick them up.
Yeah.
I understand
Can't
that part.
do that.
I get it. I wasn't really speaking to just that context. I was just kind of looking at the reality. Like I put myself in that position already. But the reason why I was able to stick to just doing music in America is because America has a different structure from the islands. Island people, it's hard to sell Jamaicans a CD or a thumb drive for $1,000 here.
Yeah.
Their mindset is not. They're like, are you on YouTube? I subscribe, and they'll stream it on YouTube. But they're not into buying their
They're
art.
not buying music.
Right. When I was in America, I could sell anything hand to hand. I sell anything in my hand. I could tell you, yo, my music is on this thing right here, this plastic, but just open it up when you go home and trust me, the music up on it.
And they buy it, yeah.
Yes, I'm going home with
Buy
them.
it there. Yeah. Say to a brother, and he said, wait, no man, you're crazy. We'll find you somewhere else.
I tell you what, we have to round up the show, unfortunately, because of
okay.
To keep it going.
Yo, big up, salute, respect. Follow
salute,
me
salute to
YouTube,
Terra.
G-Terra on Facebook, Instagram. You could, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere you find G-Terra, the music there. Please check me out on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and all these places. All right, love and respect to everybody. I don't know SPRB Radio. Yeah. Blessed love. 10-star general. Blessed love to the Empress.
Sharon, your cousin, listen, I'm going to keep the link, you hear? I'm going to stay in touch with you because seriously, blood is blood. And I see it now. Man. Blood is blood. I'm staying in touch.
Every time, man. Anytime. Yeah. And we could set up another interview as well that we could be more, take another lane or whatever. I'm here. I'm open to it. It's all love because I'm here for you people as you're here for me. One blood, one love, one link. You know.
Listen, I'm here for the collaboration, so me go and talk to you after line. We'll talk here.
Yeah, man. Respect. All right, sure.
All right. We're just gonna get out of here. Untraditionally, we're gonna log off and sign off. Everybody, God bless.
Blessings, people. Yes. All right.
If you enjoy the content we provide on this YouTube channel, then why not help us by subscribing to SPRB Radio Podcast? Thank you in advance.